All right, you're listening to the Wednesday Night Winner Circle here on 168 Radio, and I'm your master of ceremonies for this evening, Jonathan Coleman of the Media Blast PR, your PR specialist number one. If you need marketing and more publicity for your brand, business, music, whatever you have, you know to come to me at info@themediablast.net, and I'll tell your story and get you out there and have everybody talking about your story as well. And tonight, I have the pleasure of working with this gentleman and his producer, Kashy Baby. We have the artist known as Icey Da Gr8 here with us. How you doing, Icey?
Doing well. How's everyone doing out there?
Oh yes, hopefully they're doing well too. Now, Icey. Before I start interrogating you like a cop, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I was born actually in Landstuhl, Germany, because my parents were both in the military. Shortly after we moved to St. Thomas, which is where my dad is from, but when a hurricane hit, we ended up moving to Colorado because that's where my mom is from. We lived in Colorado till I was about 15. Then myself, my dad, and my brother moved to Georgia because she got a promotion. And that is where I actually met Kashy Baby, and we became good friends, and that's where I really began pursuing music, because we began rapping together in a rap group known as C4. So that's where it all started for me, and I've just been grinding and making music ever since.
Ah, okay. Now, how long ago was that when you guys had when did that start, the rap group part?
The rap group started shortly after I moved to Georgia. As crazy as it sounds, I went to Kell High School in Marietta, Georgia, and about a week later, Kashy Baby actually started going to the same school. So we were both new kids.
Oh.
And that's kind of how we connected, and we became friends. And then one day, we got out of school. You know, you have those half-day schedules. So we got out of school early, and my mom was coming to pick us up, but she didn't want to deal with traffic. So she said, okay, meet me down by a Rite Aid, because there was a Rite Aid right down the road from our school. She said, meet me down there, and I'll pick you up from there. So we sat outside the Rite Aid, and Kashy Baby just started, beatboxing, and I just started freestyling. He was like, oh, you're pretty good. He was like, well, I'm thinking of starting this rap group with my other friend named Justin. If you and your brother want to join. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool. But the crazy part is we went on a Christmas break right after that, and we didn't realize until later that neither of us had gotten each other's number. So we didn't talk that whole break, and then we came back to school, and then we really started talking and doing it, and that's how that started.
Ah, okay. Now, what year? What year was all this happening in?
2009.
Okay. 2009. All right. Because that was kind of, even though social media had been out for a while, that was before it was so prevalent where you could just look somebody up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, we didn't have each other's socials or anything, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now is your brother and Justin, are they still spitting with you all, or are they just kind of like, nah, that's what you guys are doing?
Now, see, what happened was we got pretty tight as a group. Had interest from people, but my brother was like, yo, this is taking too long. And I said it was taking too long, so me and him both joined the military and left.
Yes.
By the time we got out the military, my brother was not interested in music anymore. So he's into the car things now. He's always been in the cars, so now he does car stuff. That's what his thing is. Okay. And by the time I got back, I was like, well, I'll just keep doing it solo, because everyone was kind of got out of touch for a while. I tried to get Kashy Baby, and Kashy Baby was like, I don't like rapping with that no more. And he started making beats, and that's where that started happening. So
nice. Yeah, Kashy Baby. Long before I started doing not actually long before I started doing PR, because I was actually an errand boy at a entertainment company that had a PR division. But the reason I got into that whole thing in the beginning when I was young is because I thought I was going to be a rapper, but that didn't last too long because I fell in love with other things, and other aspects of the entertainment business, and then I started making beats myself. And the only reason I really started making beats is because I kept meeting guys. Now this is I'm a little older than you gentlemen. This was like way back early 2000s, and late 90s, early 2000s. And I would meet cats that didn't really have beats. Now everybody has beats now. Everybody's on Fruity Loops and all these little software things. Yep. But I was like, I started making beats just to connect with these guys who didn't have any, But yeah, I just want to say that Kashy Baby story is like, it reminds me of me. Like, I fuck rapping. I want to make the beats. Yeah, and
that's also kind of when I realized that me and him listen to music differently, because he is he's very sound driven. So he's like, man, I could listen to anything if the beat's hot, like type. That's kind of what he's on. Like the lyrics don't matter as much to him as they do to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, if you're not saying nothing, I don't want to hear it.
Yes.
And he was like, well, I could tune the lyrics out and just listen to music. I was like, I like beats too, but not that much. I was like, I need substance. And he was like, well, I guess it is what it is. So that's when we found out we different when it came to music.
Yeah.
Well.
Yes. Because you know what? I'm gonna say this. You know the rapper Razzcast, right? The West Coast rapper.
Yes.
Yes, Razzcast. He's one of those artists that I usually don't like the beats he's on. I really don't. But I love what he says when he spits. Like, he's very clever. I like the way he puts words together. I have these metaphors and lyrical things. Like, but the beats, his beat selection isn't that dope. But I listen to his stuff because of how he's spitting or what he's saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that's more of the level I'm on. Like, I could listen to let's say I could listen to a dude with less popping beats as long as he's like going off lyrically.
Oh yeah,
so I'm like that too. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Unless the beat is just completely flat, then I'm like, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
For the most part, I can tune out a beat. So
definitely. Now, who are the artists that well, who do you listen to in general? I wasn't gonna say who inspires you, but just in general, who do you just like listening to?
Well, right now, of course, I'm a big Kendrick Lamar fan. I love Kendrick. And that goes back into the lyricism of things.
Oh yes. Which
means I also love J. Cole. I like listening to certain artists that I think people don't listen to as much. I'm a big G-Eazy fan because he's from the West Coast, and I grew up listening to a lot of West Coast hyphy type of music before I moved here. And when I first heard of G-Eazy, I was like, yo, who is this dude? He's dope. And then I kept listening to him, and I was like, he's my type. He has nice beat selections. He's not bad lyrically. I was like, okay, I like this dude. And he grew into being basically one of my favorite artists. So I like G-Eazy. Of course, I like the classic Southern rappers, T.I., Ludacris. I like B.O.B., even though, I don't always agree with what he raps about. Because, he's into conspiracies and all that, and I'm not too much into that stuff, but I like him lyrically, so I'll listen to him. Trying to think of who else. Big Boy, Andre 3000, of course. So, a lot of the lyrical stuff. Eminem. Favorite rapper of all time was Tupac and Biggie for me.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're now when I listen to you, I can see that because you spit. You're a spitter.
Thank you. I try, man.
Oh yeah, you do more than try, man. You definitely do. Yes. So for everybody listening, Icey Da Gr8. I know we're playing. We've been playing your song. Well, of course, he knows that we've been playing the music here on 168 Radio for a while. And yes, he's a spitter. You know, he's a spitter. So for everybody that's connecting the dots that those songs are his, you know, there's the guy right here. You know.
Yes, sir.
Oh yes, oh yes. Now, who would be your dream collaboration?
Dream collaboration, I would love, because I like challenging myself.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to get on a song with Kendrick Lamar, because I feel like if I got on a song with him, or someone like Eminem as well, if I got on a song with someone like them, I feel like they push me. I'm like, hey, bro, come harder than that.
Yes.
And if I hear, and I'm the type of dude that, like, if I hear, and I get on a song with you, and if I hear your verse and I think it's better than mine, I'll rewrite my verse. You don't even got to tell me to do it. I'll rewrite it. And I'm like, nah, I don't like that. And I'll rewrite it, and I push myself to do more. I used to do it. I used to do that with Kashy Baby, because Kashy Baby, believe it or not, he's very lyrical. He just doesn't like writing, but he's good. Like lyrically, metaphorically, he's really good. So I'd hear stuff from him sometimes, and I'm like, all right, bro, now I got to rewrite my verse. So I rewrite my verse, and he begged me not to rewrite mine, because then he'd have to rewrite his. So we pushed each other like that. So I like artists that will push me to go harder.
Definitely. Now, so with that being said, you would say you're a competitive person overall.
Absolutely.
Yes, because that is you can tell that in the music, you know, because I mean, each time I hear your stuff, it seems like you're outdoing yourself, you know.
Yeah, I try to compare myself to myself when I write. I like to make it. Okay, it's weird. When I write, I like to think of myself as, how would I feel if I heard myself lyrically as a listener?
Yes.
So I'd want to feel like, damn, this dude's going off, or damn, this dude's spitting, like, oh, he's going in. That's how I like to feel. So when you hear me brag about my style, or brag about my lyrics, or brag about how I'm better than you, that's just how I really feel when I write. So, you know, I always try to outdo myself, try to better myself, improve myself.
Oh, yes.
And it's crazy because I'll listen to stuff that I dropped, you know, maybe a year or even 2 years, or when I was 16, because I still have a lot of those songs. And I'm like, man, the change is crazy to me.
Yes.
And I enjoy the journey as much as I'm going to enjoy getting to the destination.
Yes, so. Yes. Definitely. I'm glad you're sharing that with the people, you know. Now, there's, oh man, yes. I'm gonna switch it up, change gears a little bit, and then we're gonna get back on the lyricism. Now I noticed with the cover art with a lot of your music and a lot of what Kashy Baby puts out, you guys have like the anime and even the anime themes in the music.
Yes, sir.
So it's safe to say you guys are hobbyists or nerds or you're in the geek culture, correct?
Very much so. I consider myself a nerd. You know, I enjoy the anime, and I'm a big superhero person. That's why I'll use a lot of superhero lines, or like superhero references, or anime references in a lot of my music. I enjoy that. I also enjoy, just English. It was my favorite subject in school. So I try to use a lot of poetry type of deliveries or similes. I like similes and metaphors, double entendres. So yeah, definitely big into anime, especially.
Definitely. Is there any anime that you're watching right now? I mean, I know not at this moment, but I'm talking about, is there anything you're following or anything you currently a fan?
Yeah, I'm big on Kaiju number 8. I love Kaiju number 8. Solo leveling, not for the story, because everyone knows solo leveling story is just okay. But the animation and the fighting is beautiful, so I love that. But my favorite anime is actually Black Clover, which is what inspired me to write Black Bull, because that was the name of his Magic Knight Squad. It was Black Bulls. So, and a lot of their theme is pushing themselves past their limits and never giving up. So in the beginning of Black Bull, you hear a sample of my favorite character, Asta, saying, "My magic is never giving up."
Nice.
And then that's when I start rapping.
Yeah.
So and they just announced that is coming back too. So I'm definitely lit. I'm lit for that because they said that they're bringing it back finally after I think 4 or 5 years of it being on a hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite anime is coming back. I'm in a good place. That's how I feel.
Nice. Now about segueing from the anime to other nerd aspects. When it comes to American comic books, like the superhero stuff, what's some of that you're reading, or what are some of your favorites?
Favorites for me. Okay, so I'm gonna get this out of the way because I know a lot of people, and I'll debate this all day. So I am a Marvel person.
Me too.
And I'm not talking about MCU Marvel. I'm talking about Marvel before it became the MCU.
Yes, the books.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So favorite superhero, of course, cliche, Spider-Man. That's easily my favorite. I just love the way he goes about being a hero.
Mm-hmm.
And how he never lets his struggles define him. He goes through a lot of them, but he doesn't let them define him. He always uses it to push his responsibility past his own struggles. And I feel like that's a good way to go about life. You got to push your struggles to the bottom and let your responsibility and your duties outweigh your struggles. That's the only way you can move forward.
Yes.
So that's the way I look at Spider-Man, of course. I don't like DC much, but there are some DC heroes I do like. I don't have a problem with Superman, of course. I don't have a problem with like Aquaman or Wonder Woman or Green Lantern. There's only one hero I do not like, and it's not because of him. It's because of his fan base. And I'm gonna have to say Batman. And I don't like Batman.
Oh, well, now what would you say his fan base?
Okay, so his fan base, they do this thing where like he can't be beaten because he has prep time, and I'm like, yo, that's a cop out. That's a cop out answer because there's plenty of people who have just as many resources and just as much prep, like they can do just as much as he can with prep time.
Yes.
So I feel like that's a cop out answer. I feel like you saying he could beat anyone because of that, kind of weak.
Yes.
And they aided him in doing that by writing him being able to beat everyone. So I'm like, why would y'all do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not a Batman man. I've never have been.
Yes, and I feel like that's one thing I like about Marvel instead of DC as well, is that the heroes actually have struggles, whether it be internal, whether it be family issues and things like that. I mean, in Marvel Universe, you got heroes that's talking about how they gonna pay the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you got the X-Men who are dealing with active discrimination their entire life.
Yes.
So it's like, that's a struggle that people face every day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't relate to the billionaire who has a cave full of freaking gadgets and technology because I don't have that. So,
Yes. Even in Marvel, like Iron Man's relatable, him with his alcoholism and yes, and all these other things. People like to talk about that Will Smith and Hancock movie, but I was like, yo, Iron Man was drinking before that movie was even made.
Exactly.
Yes. So,
but even Hancock, like you said, even he was relatable because he showed what it would be like to be from a different planet, not know who you are, but you just have these powers, but you're lonely because of them.
Yes.
So I feel like Superman's the best version of what you could be, and Hancock is a more realistic depiction of what it would probably be like.
Yeah. You know what? You know who I like? I like Homelander from The Boys. And I know he's the bad guy, but he is. I feel like there would be like if this was real and somebody like how you said everything, like with Superman being the best and Hancock being the worst. I also feel like, of course, Homelander would be one of the worst. I feel like there are guys in real life if they had powers, they would do what Homelander is doing right now.
Oh, I feel like The Boys is one of the best depictions of what would happen if we had superheroes in real society and they were corporate heroes.
Yes.
They care about image, but they're like celebrities, so celebrities protect their image. But behind closed doors, they're all kind of assholes.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
Yes.
Definitely.
I agree. I want to plug something, and I don't know if you know about it, but I'm going to plug it to the audience. My brother and I, we also put out graphic novels, and we released our first issue. Masterpiece Publishing presents A Ghost Named Ray on Masterpiece Publishing, my graphic novel publishing company. And Masterpiece Publishing presents #1. A Ghost Named Ray is available on MagCloud if you want physical copies, and it's available digital if you go on Patreon. And the reason I'm saying this is because I've been talking to Kashy. I don't know if Kashy, told you anything about this, but I've been talking to Kashy about creating a hero centered around either the theme of the music that you guys are doing or based on.
He did tell me that.
He did tell you. Okay. Yes, and I definitely want to get the ball rolling. And it's also a way to cross promote the music. It's not going to be just strictly the story, although it's the story. But I want to do this as a way to promote you as an artist, him as a producer, and the story itself.
And it's funny you say that because I actually started. I like to write, like I said. So I just tried my hand at like writing just a little story, and the name of the story that I'm working on is called More. And I use, because I have 2 kids. I have a son and a daughter. So they're actually the characters in this show, or in this idea I have. And it's about, and I use it as a way to tell my son, metaphorically, you can do whatever you put your mind to. So this main character that I wrote has kind of a superpower where whatever he has the will to do, he can do.
Yes.
So as fast as he wants to run, as strong as he needs to be, as skilled as he wants to be, as smart as he wants to be, whatever he wants to do, if his will is there, he can do it.
Yes.
So I've been writing that, and it centered around my son as the main character. He grows up, he does all this cool stuff, he gets married, has a wife, his wife gets pregnant, but unfortunately she dies during childbirth, and he thinks his daughter dies during childbirth as well. So he goes into a depression, stops having the will to basically do anything, and just kind of lets himself go. Come to find out that the organization he used to work for has been trying to shut down this drug cartel, because that's what he used to work for, an organization that infiltrated drug cartels and used to shut them down and stuff like that. They've been investigating this drug cartel. They found out that the drug lord's daughter is actually his daughter, and that she never died. They need him to go in there and get his daughter out, which is what he would gives him motivation and will to do things again. So that's what I started working on. I haven't finished it. I'm only on like chapter 2.
Okay. Definitely. Now, do you have any definitive plans for the story, or you just kind of just want to you just basically writing it right now? Do you have any?
Yeah, just writing it right now. Kashy heard it, and my mom heard it, and they both were like, you know what? I was low-key locked in while you was reading that.
Yeah.
They're like, that could be really something if you really push it.
Yes.
Like, all right. So.
Okay. What about a film?
Yeah, I was thinking about something like that, or even something anime style, because I love anime. So anything like that would be cool too. I would just have to. And I told my son about it, and he's already asking, well, is it gonna have pictures? Because my son's only 7.
Yeah.
He was like, it's gonna have pictures. I'm like, well, I can't draw, but if I could find someone that could draw like an anime style, I could make it into like a manga comic book type thing. And I was thinking about doing that for him. And then I told my daughter I would write a separate story for her where she's the main character.
Nice.
So
okay.
That's also something I've been working on the side.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna put the word. I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna see who can do something for you all as far as that. And if worst comes, well, I ain't say worst comes to worst because but I want to say, perhaps my brother could take a stab at it as well. You know, we could try something out. Um, but yeah, that's a great idea, man. I'm glad you shared it with us here on 168 Radio. I'm glad you pitched that, and people looking out. We're putting out in the universe. We coming out with all of this. You know, books.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Music, books, everything. You're gonna see a lot from Kashy Baby and Icey Da Gr8. You know.
Yes, sir. More black media by black creators. There's nothing wrong with that.
Amen, amen. And sometime this week, I wanna get with you and Kashy about the story, because I don't have anything concrete in mind for that, but I do want to chop some ideas up to see what we could do, because I definitely want to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Just let us know, man. I'm always down to bounce ideas off of co-collaborators and bring the best out of each other. So
yes, sir.
I'm willing.
Oh yes, definitely, absolutely. Now before we wrap this up, actually, that was getting back. I want to get back to the lyricism right quick. I know we got to wrap it up, but I'm actually going to save what I was going to say, because I know you're going to be collaborating with Slow Chemical. Slow Chemical is another artist I work, that worked with me. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that Slow Chemical collaboration after the EP drops. So definitely everybody that's listening, be on the lookout for impending success from Slow Chemical on Remu Entertainment. And also, Slow Chemical writes comic books as well. He has the Remu universe, and he has the Messina series that's available on Amazon, Google Play, and Google Messina. Icey, I'll give you the information on Slow Chemical's comic book series too, and definitely check that out.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. All right, now, before we officially wrap it up, is there anything you'd like to shout out or mention that we didn't mention already? Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say? Pretty much the floor is yours.
Of course, shout out to Kashy Baby, my best friend, my favorite producer. Shout out to another one of my favorite producers. His name is Modern Ghost. He makes EDM music, but he also makes a lot of the beats that I get on. Please check out the Variety Pack EP that me and Kashy Baby just dropped. It's a lot of remixes of Kashy Baby's, a lot of remixes of his songs, just featuring me. Also look for, I don't know what he's going to name the EP yet, but look for that EP with Slow Chemical. Look for that. Mm-hmm. That's coming soon.
Oh yes.
By the way, just so you know, getting back in the studio next Tuesday for that. So y'all will have that soon from me.
Yes, sir.
Just so you know.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. And yeah, man, everybody just have a happy holidays. Enjoy your family. Be safe. Love each other. And create your own destiny. That's what I always say. Create your own destiny.
Yes. All right, everybody listening, that was Icey Da Gr8 here on 168 Radio's Wednesday Night Winner Circle. And again, check out everything. And thank you again, Icey, for joining us.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure, man.